Ladies and gentlemen, stop what you're doing, because the rap game just blew a fuse. Young Thug, yes Thugger himself, has decided he's had enough of the smoke and mirrors, and he's pointing the flamethrower directly at Lil Durk. And no, this isn't some casual shade or a slick subliminal. This is a full-on public execution of credibility. Thug just accused Durk of doing the one thing every rapper swears they don't do: straight up capping online. Picture this: the voice of the streets suddenly exposed as the voice of Wi-Fi. It's like finding out your favorite superheroes. Cape is from Party City. The internet froze, fans fainted, and hip-hop timelines collapsed harder than a Kardashian marriage. This isn't just beef. This is a nuclear-level rap meltdown, the kind that turns verses into weapons and blocked features, into cultural earthquakes. One accusation from Thug, and suddenly Durk's empire is wobbling like Jenga blocks at 3 a.m. So buckle in, because what started as whispers about a missing verse has exploded into a scandal so outrageous it makes love and hip-hop look like Sesame Street. Trust me, this is the kind of drama that'll melt your phone screen. The rap industry has always been messy, but this is chaos with a side of pure comedy. It all started with one missing verse, the kind of thing labels usually bury in fine print. But when that verse belongs to Young Thug, and the person allegedly blocking it is Lil Durk, the self-proclaimed voice of the streets, you've basically handed the internet a gasoline can and a box of matches. Fans had been buzzing for months about a Thug x Durk collab, calling it the kind of track that could melt Billboard charts on release. Snippets circulated, leaks floated, the hype built up, and then nothing. The track dropped without Thug's vocals. Gone, scrubbed, deleted, faster than an embarrassing drunk tweet. Now, in the rap world, removing a feature isn't just business, it's beef in disguise. It's basically saying, you don't deserve to share my beat. And when the rapper you cut is Young Thug, oh, you're asking for war. Soon, whispers turned into full-blown rumors. Some swore Durk was threatened by Thug's verse, worried it would overshadow his own bars. Others claimed the labels didn't want Thug on tracks while fighting RICO charges. But the juiciest theory, the one fans loved the most, was simple. Durk was scared of competition, so he pressed block. And then, boom, Young Thug's camp let off a shot heard across the internet. Through cryptic posts and not-so-subtle jabs, he accused Durk of being exactly what every rapper fears being called: a capper. An internet capper, to be precise. Translation: this man's entire brand is a filter. Don't believe the hype. That accusation hit like a nuke. Because let's be real, Durk's whole empire is built on authenticity. He's not marketed as flashy or gimmicky. He's the voice of the streets, the guy who tells raw truths from Chicago's trenches. His fans believe him because he feels real. But the second someone credible like Thug labels you fake, your crown starts sliding off your head. Social media wasted no time. One viral tweet read, "Durk, the voice of the streets, but got exposed by the voice of the jail phone." Another said, "Blocking Thug's verse is like unplugging Beyoncé's mic mid-Coachella." Fans flooded Durk's comments with emojis, turning his Instagram into a lids store. Blogs pounced like sharks. Shade Room posted side-by-sides of Durk flexing online next to Thug's no-cap accusation. Academics set up camp on Twitch, breaking down screenshots like it was the Zapruder film. Even small-time gossip blogs cashed in, writing think pieces with titles like, "Has Durk's street cred expired?" and Durk? Instead of coming clean, he played the cryptic caption game. One post, "Loyalty over everything." Another, "Keep it real or keep away." But the internet wasn't buying it. Under every photo, fans roasted him mercilessly. One comment with thousands of likes said, "Cool cars, bro, but where's Thug's verse?" Another read, "Stacks of cash can't buy credibility." It didn't help that old clips resurfaced. Videos of Durk praising Thug as his brother for life flooded timelines, now paired with captions like, "This you? Blocking your brother's verse?" Receipts, receipts, and more receipts. Fans weaponized every past moment into new ammo. By now, the situation had mutated into a full-blown credibility crisis. This wasn't just about a missing verse. It was about Durk's entire identity as the real one. Thug's jab painted him as Hollywood, insecure and fake. And in hip-hop, once the streets smell cap, it's blood in the water. The first wave of reactions was brutal. TikTok teens remixed Durk's ad-libs with Pinocchio sound effects. Twitter made him Lil Cap overnight. Memes showed him ducking Thug's verse like Neo dodging bullets in The Matrix. Even casual fans who didn't care about either rapper were laughing. And the craziest part, Thug didn't even need to say much. One accusation, and the internet did the rest. His silence after the initial shots made him look even stronger, like a general letting his army fight the war for him. Durk, on the other hand, was left scrambling. Every post and caption turned into evidence of guilt. By the end of the week, the score was clear. Young Thug had set the culture on fire, and Lil Durk was getting roasted alive in the flames. What could have been brushed off as business as usual became a meme-fueled scandal bigger than any album rollout. And trust me, this was only the opening act. Once the first shots landed, this beef didn't just simmer, it boiled over like a pot nobody watched on the stove. What could have been a small squabble about a missing verse turned into a cultural moment, and everyone with Wi-Fi decided they had front row seats. Boozy was one of the first celebrities to jump in, because, of course he was. If there's beef and a camera lens, Boozy's going live. He hopped on Instagram declaring, "Durk capping, man. You don't block a real one like Thug. That's bad business. That's fake." Fans immediately clipped it, pairing his words with laughing emojis and turning them into TikTok sounds. Some edits even had cartoon hats raining down every time Boozy said cap. Then came Meek Mill. He didn't say anything directly. Oh no, Meek played his favorite sport, passive-aggressive likes. He double-tapped a tweet that said, "Real ones don't block verses, they go bar for bar." And that was all Twitter needed. Screenshots of Meek like this spread faster than a leaked iCloud photo, with fans screaming, "Meek picked his side." Rick Ross joined the fun too, dropping a cryptic Instagram story. Loyalty over clout every time. Watch who you call brother. He didn't tag anyone, but the timing was so obvious he might as well have add Durk directly. The comments under Ross's post were pure fire. Biggest boss siding with Thug, and Durk about to block Ross next. But the real storm came from the memes. Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram worked overtime like unpaid interns in a content factory. One viral video showed Lil Durk standing in a courtroom, edited to look like Thug was the judge banging the gavel and shouting, "Cap!" Another edit turned Durk into Pinocchio, his nose stretching every time he said "no cap" in old interviews. Within days, Lil Cap was trending harder than his actual music. Fans spammed emojis under every new post. Even Durk's attempts to promote upcoming singles got hijacked. One comment with thousands of likes read, "This track hard, but is the Thug verse missing too?" Another, "Fire beat, but where's the authenticity?" And just when Durk thought things couldn't get worse, brand accounts decided to hop in. A fast food chain tweeted, "We don't block verses, everything's on the menu." An energy drink brand posted, "No cap, just caffeine." Corny? Absolutely. But it kept Durk trending for all the wrong reasons. Then TikTok created the blocked verse challenge. Users danced to one of Durk's beats, froze mid-routine, and captioned it, "This where Thug's verse should have been." Others layered fake vocals over instrumentals, pretending to leak Thug's missing bars. Whether real or not didn't matter. People just wanted to clown. The blogs smelled blood too. Academics practically camped out on Twitch, breaking down every rumor like he was narrating the Super Bowl. Shade Room posted side-by-sides of Durk's cryptic captions next to Thug's accusations, with thousands of comments debating who was telling the truth. Even smaller blogs nobody had heard of before pumped out stories with titles like, "Has Durk's Street Pass expired?" And then came the biggest twist. Future allegedly unfollowed Lil Durk on Instagram right in the middle of the chaos. Was it a coincidence? Maybe, but the internet doesn't believe in coincidences. Twitter exploded with posts like, "Hendrix chose Thug's side," and "Durk losing followers faster than SoundCloud rappers lose hope." Within hours, Durk unfollowed trended globally. Meanwhile, fans dug up old Durk interviews where he praised Thug as his brother for life. Those clips resurfaced everywhere, paired with captions like, "This you, blocking your brother's verse." The receipts hit harder than diss tracks because nothing stings more than being exposed by your own words. Durk tried to keep his cool, posting more cryptic lines like, "Real ones know the truth, and loyalty always wins." But instead of sympathy, his comment sections turned into roast sessions. Top comments read, "Bro, stop posting captions and unblock Thug's verse." Another said, "You the voice of Instagram, not the streets." Even neutral fans started leaning toward Thug. Because perception is everything, and Durk's every move looked like damage control. Meanwhile, Thug didn't even need to speak again. The internet fought his battle for him. The silence made him look stronger, like a general letting his army go to war. Podcasts joined in, debating whether Durk had gone Hollywood. YouTubers dropped videos with clickbait titles like "Durk's career over" or "Thug just destroyed Durk." Everyone cashed in on the drama, and every piece of content only deepened the narrative that Durk was losing. The escalation was relentless. What started as one accusation grew into a cultural referendum. Was Lil Durk really authentic, or had young Thug pulled the mask off the voice of the streets? Fans split into factions. Team Thug said Durk was insecure, blocking verses to protect his shine. Team Durk argued labels played a role, that Thug's legal mess made collabs too risky. And then there was Team Chaos, the fans who didn't care about sides. They just wanted more memes and more blocked verses for content. By now, Durk wasn't just fighting Thug. He was fighting perception itself. And in hip-hop, once the streets start questioning your authenticity, you're on the ropes. The internet didn't just treat this like beef, it treated it like sport. Like a reality show with no commercial breaks, where every new post was a fresh episode. And everyone knew one thing: this wasn't close to over. When the smoke started to clear, the aftermath looked less like a rap beef and more like a credibility funeral. One accusation from young Thug had spiraled into a cultural moment, and everyone wanted to know who survived and who got buried under the rubble. For young Thug, this was the kind of W that money can't buy. Sitting behind prison walls, fighting a RICO case, and yet still controlling the narrative, that's not just a win, it's legend building. Fans crowned him the truth speaker of the culture, the guy who could still call shots from a cell. Memes showed Thug in a jumpsuit holding a phone like a mob boss, captioned, "Even locked up, he's freer than Durk." His reputation as raw, unfiltered, and authentic skyrocketed. Because in an industry where perception is king, Thug made himself look untouchable. Lil Durk, meanwhile, faced the biggest PR nightmare of his career. His entire brand was built on being authentic, the voice of the streets. But after this fiasco, people were calling him the voice of Wi-Fi, the voice of cappers, the voice of Instagram filters. Even his diehard supporters had to fight tooth and nail in comment sections, drowning in seas of emojis. It wasn't just a rap beef anymore, it was a referendum on his identity. Every move Durk made backfired. Drop a new snippet. Fans asked if the feature got blocked. Post luxury cars. Fans said, "You can't buy back real." Try to flex stacks of cash. Someone replied, "Cool paper, but where's Thug's verse?" He couldn't win. The internet turned his own image against him, and that's the kind of L that sticks. The wildest part, the missing verse itself became mythological. Fans treated it like lost treasure, like the unreleased Tupac vault. Fake leaks spread everywhere. TikTokers claimed they had exclusive snippets of Thug's bars, only to play random voiceovers, or AI mock-ups. People didn't care if it was real, they wanted the idea of the verse. Ironically, by blocking it, Durk might have created the most famous verse nobody's ever heard, and the industry noticed. Rappers who once called Durk their Brother stayed silent. Nobody defended him. Nobody publicly sided against Thug. That silence was deafening. In the rap game, silence is often louder than a diss track, and Durk's isolation made him look weaker than ever. Meanwhile, the streets started whispering about bigger patterns. Was Thug the only one Durk blocked? Or had he quietly erased other verses over the years, keeping only what made him look stronger? The rumor mill spun out of control, painting Durk not as the voice of the streets, but as the gatekeeper of cap. True or not didn't matter. The narrative had already sunk its teeth in. For Thug, it was almost poetic. He didn't need a full diss track, a rollout, or even freedom to win this battle. He lobbed one accusation, let the internet do the rest, and came out looking like a folk hero. Durk, on the other hand, looked like a politician caught lying on. Live TV. No verse could fix that. And here's where the cliffhanger comes in. Because this story, it's not over. If anything, it's just the prelude. Rumors are flying that Thug's camp is planning to leak the full verse, receipts and all. Some say other rappers are sitting on their own stories about Durk blocking, features. And fans? They're refreshing timelines, hungry for the next twist. Because this isn't just a rap spat, it's a cultural referendum. Who's real? Who's fake? Who's capping? Who's solid? Hip-hop feeds on authenticity, and once yours gets questioned, it's nearly impossible to get it back. So the question lingers like smoke in a crowded club. Can Durk bounce back from being branded the ultimate capper? Or has young Thug permanently cracked the foundation of his empire? The answer, still loading. But one thing's certain, everybody will be watching. So after all that smoke, who's really standing? Young Thug, locked up and still shaking the culture like dice at a Vegas craps table. Or Lil Durk, the so-called voice of the streets now, fighting off a tsunami of emojis. Because let's be honest, in 2025, perception is power, and Durk just got body slammed by the one man who didn't even need to step foot outside a cell to do it. Thug threw one accusation, capper, and boom, the internet crowned him the truth teller of hip-hop. Durk. He's over here trying to flex Bentleys while fans are screaming, "Cool car, bro!" But where's Thug's verse? That's not beef. That's humiliation with a side of meme warfare. But this isn't where it ends. Oh no, if the rap game has taught us anything, it's that today's scandal is tomorrow's Netflix special. Will Thug's camp drop the full verse? Will other rappers step forward with their own blocked feature stories? Or will Durk finally clap back with a diss track sharp enough to drown out the noise? One thing's guaranteed. The streets are hungry for round two. Now it's your turn. Drop your hot takes in the comments. Team Thug, the raw truth speaker. Team Durk, the embattled voice. Or Team Chaos, the ones who don't care who wins as long as the memes keep coming. Don't be shy. The comments section is where the real war happens. And while you're at it, smash that like button like it owes you child support. Hit subscribe harder than Thug hit Durk with that cap bomb and slap that notification bell like you're blocking a verse in real time. Because here on Rap Truth, we don't just cover scandals, we crown them, roast them, and feed them back to you hotter than a mixtape drop at midnight. Stay tuned, stay messy, and remember, in rap, there's no such thing as no cap. There's just who gets exposed first.